Yo, what up, everybody? So, One Piece chapter 804? Yeah, 804. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, when the chapter started off, I thought this was gonna be one of those silly Straw Hat Adventure chapters. And don't get me wrong, I love those chapters. I love those chapters just because I like the whole thing of seeing Luffy and the rest of his crew on these different shenanigans and seeing how characters like Zoro, they just react and say, what the fuck is this idiot doing? Like, why is he behaving? What the fuck did I get myself into? I love seeing those reactions from the Straw Hats. So, you know, when you get this one moment where this monkey is flying out the sky, right? And is coming towards Kanjuro and is coming towards Kin'emon, you know, the first thing they think is like, is that Raizo? And I'm like, they're traveling with a fucking monkey. Okay, whatever. Oda has a fascination with pets and whatever. Let's just go with it. I was 100% on board. I was a little disappointed because, I mean, I did think it was a flying piece of shit that was flying towards the Straw Hats in the last chapter. I did think it was a piece of shit flying towards them because I was like, damn, that's going to be so fucking crazy if that happens. Like, damn. That'd be typical Usopp fashion when Usopp gets shitted on. Oh man, damn! But yeah, for real though, for real. You know what I found interesting was like when this thing's coming down, right? You know this idiot Kanjuro is like Ningpo, and I like that, man, because you know the Naruto stuff. He's like Nimpo, and he's like shit. What do you call it? He called it the art of the blindfold, and he's covering up his eyes. It's like, guess who? And I'm like, what the fuck, man? This is not the time to be playing like silly kid games and shit. And Kinemon's like, oh my god, who is it? Could it be Kanjuro? And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? He's the only person behind you. Like, that's like the easiest fucking guess ever. But, you know, I'm laughing my ass off as I'm reading this. I mean, I'm legit enjoying that. And then once they fall over, Luffy and the rest of the Straw Hats like, okay, we gotta go back down. Dragon, go back down and get him. And then all of a sudden, Luffy becomes the voice of reason. I believe it was Luffy that said it. You know, but Luffy's like, hey, you know, it's already climbing so high up, man. Like, you know, it'd be cruel to make it go back down and then we got to come back up. You know, he just wants to get finished. And then it just becomes this running gag where the Straw Hats are telling this drawing that Kanjuro drew, this dragon. He's like, you can do it, come on, they're cheering him on. I'm like, oh, fuck you. Fuck you, Oda, are you really going here? And sure enough, that's exactly where he's going. And so when they get to the top of the elephant's ass, okay, and that's basically where they climb to, but they get to the top of the elephant's ass, and all of a sudden the dragon's just smiling. I'm like, oh, fuck you, Oda. I knew you were doing this. And sure enough, the Straw Hats are all getting in this super sad type of fashion, like Law and Zoro, like they're the ones that have my reaction. They're like, what the fuck are these idiots going on about? Like, it's a fucking drawing. And what ends up happening is you get this one thing where it's just like all of a sudden he turns back into the drawing and he disappears into the ground. And it's like Oda draws his fucking soul floating out over the atmosphere, floating out over the sunset. Like, this shit was hilarious, man. This shit was hilarious. It's like, what the actual fucking... You got Nico Robin. She's crying. She's like, you're gonna be turning back into a dragon now. Excuse me. You're gonna be turning back into a drawing now. And then Nico Robin earlier in the chapter is like, I thought it was a corpse that was filled with blood, dragons, and daggers. And I'm like, this dark and gloomy ass bitch right here. What the fuck, girl? Like, you sexy as fuck, but what the fuck is going on right here? Like a Usopp's like, why the fuck would you think that? And on a serious note, and I've talked about this before, but I mean, I get why Eiichiro Oda has the stance that he does. I get why he has the stance he does. So when you look at Nico Robin, because of everything she's been through, and I've talked about this in the past before, when you look at everything she's been through, you know, I get why, you know, she would look at stuff and have like a worst case scenario and like the dark stuff. Because, you know, when people go through certain things, I mean, they deal with it in different ways. You know, they deal with their problems in different ways. I mean, I completely understand. I mean, you know, she spent a large part of her life running and hiding and doing God knows what in order to stay safe and keep a roof over her heads. I mean, I get why Nico Robin would associate like, oh shit, they threw somebody over. Because I mean, Crocodile's probably doing that shit, man. Crocodile's probably filling people up with sand and just throwing their ass into the bottom of the fucking ocean. So I mean, I totally get that. But like when they get to the top of the elephant and they're walking through and they're looking at the town, you know, right away one of the first things that strikes me is that Frankie picks up on the smell of gunpowder and he picks up on all these different scents. And first thing crossed my mind is like, well, why would Frankie? Why would Frankie catch this before Nico Robin? Nico Robin's to survive out of all of this, but then I was like, wait a second. Like, Frankie's built so many weapons and everything. If anyone knows what the smell of gunpowder smells like, if anyone knows what the smell of gas is going to smell like, it's going to be Frankie. Because he's made all those fucking battleships and all this crazy shit, and he basically turned his whole fucking body into a weapon. So, I mean, all that does make a lot of sense. I did think that was pretty cool, but I like how Zoro's just like, look, you can't let your guard down right now. You can't let your guard down. We're walking into enemy territory. This is a new island. We don't know what's waiting for us. We gotta assume this is enemy territory. Like Zoro's acting like a captain at this point. And I mean, I like that. I like that, and that kind of fits into what I've been saying for a while. I really feel as if there will be a conflict with Luffy and one of the Straw Hats at some point. I think Oda's setting it up to be Zoro, because again, I mean, Zoro, if you go back to, I believe, chapter 4 or 5, it's one of them. It's way early on in the first volume of One Piece, but in that chapter, Zoro tells him, he says, like, yo, if you do anything to hinder my dream of becoming the greatest swordsman, I'll fucking kill you. Like, I'll fucking kill you if you do something getting in my way. And so that's always just been in the back of my mind. That, okay, Oda is setting up, like, Zoro will be the most loyal to Luffy, but at the same time, if somebody is going to break, that's the one that's going to hurt. That's the one that's going to hurt if they go that route. And sure enough, what ends up happening, Zoro's on guard, and he senses the presence of this creature. And Law calls it a mink. And I'm not sure what she's supposed to be. Is she a dog? Is she a fox? I'm not sure what she's supposed to be, but, you know, she flies towards Zoro, and then she floats upwards and flips over Zoro, avoids his attack, and then she hits him with a counter, and Zoro looks as if he's actually struggling to block her. And before the fight can escalate any further, all of a sudden you got this animal who is dressed like Nami, and that's my thing. Like, what the fuck did she do to Nami's clothes, man? And she even got the big boobs and everything. Like, what happened? What happened? Somebody gotta let me know, man. Like, I'm interested to see where Oda's gonna take this one, man. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.